Welcome to the SDSS podcast with your host, Tim Keefe. Today, Tim is flying solo to bring you a special episode, reflecting on a heartwarming experience at the Taste of Telhai Gala. As the CEO of Transform CX and a dedicated community advocate, Tim discusses the power of local involvement and the magic of giving back. Join us as we take a look at the inspiring world of community service, explore the indispensable role of nonprofits, and learn how even the smallest contributions can make a monumental difference. Get ready for an engaging session that promises to enlighten and motivate.
Hey everybody, this is Tim Keefe with Transform CX, and welcome to another SDSS podcast. I want to take this time this week to do a little bit of a solo presentation. My partner in crime, Andreas Wieman, is out and about, returning back to the East Coast after attending an amazing event with me on Friday evening, May 3rd. And that's what I want to talk about. We had the tremendous opportunity to be a platinum sponsor for an event called Taste of Telhai. And this is the annual fundraising gala for an incredible neighborhood support organization called the Telegraph Hill Neighborhood Association, shortened to Telhai. They've been around for just a few years. They just celebrated completing 134 years of supporting their community. And this is a really interesting thing about not-for-profits and for the people who take the time to really get hands-on in solving problems in the community. There was an expression that was popular when I was younger called, think global, act local. And this is what this organization is all about. This is the local execution of doing what needs to be done to help the people in our community who need help, who can't help themselves due to circumstances beyond their control. So we'd like to say that the Telegraph Hill Neighborhood Association provides support for everybody from 18-month-old to 80-year-old. And they do that by offering infant care, after-school care, preschool care, and a seniors lunch program, all of these done in a variety on a sliding scale basis to support their community. There's generations of families that have benefited from the work of the Telegraph Hill Neighborhood Association. It's just a phenomenal organization. And I guess the point of my podcast this morning is, I think for all of us, it's how do we move from talking and complaining and whining to actually doing something? And the doing doesn't have to be big. It could be volunteering for a couple of hours an afternoon to watch a playground, or lead a class, or share some of your life experience with younger people so that they can benefit from that. And these organizations are everywhere, and they struggle for funding. This year alone, the Telegraph Hill Neighborhood Association had a huge part of their funding slashed due to budget challenges by the city of San Francisco. And again, nothing malicious about this. The city had to slash contributions to not-for-profits across the board. So now we're almost in desperation straits to try and get that or close the gap, because this means not, eliminating seats for children or eliminating programs that would make a difference. For example, there's a really powerful after-school program for middle school kids called Beacon. And this is for the children in those really susceptible ages where they really need ability to focus, they need time away from, and the last thing we want is these kids on the streets with nothing to do. And so how do we give them something to do, something that is where they can learn, something where they can grow skills, something where they can practice good social and knowledge skills and grow both their EQ and their IQ that'll enable them in future life. So with closing out here, I'd just like to say I am absolutely proud to be a board member at Telhai. I've had the opportunity to do this for over 12 years. But it's not specifically about Telegraph Hill Neighborhood Association or Telhai. It's about any neighborhood organization that you live in. Take the time to get involved. Take the time to act. I went to a university where the motto was acta non verba, deeds, not words. And I think it's time for all of us to act, not talk, do the things that we say we are important, just step out and give up a little bit of your time. And if that's not available to you, just give a little bit of funding. Imagine what $5 a week would do for an organization like Telhai. If you're interested in learning more about Telhai or interested in learning more about me, go to telhai.org or go to transformcx.com. Love to hear from you. Thanks again. This is Tim Keefe with Transform CX.